can't believe it's been 20 years. Still gonna take your father to the anniversary?
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Let's please welcome Major General Scott Barrier, Commanding General, United States Army Intelligence Center and Fort Huachuca.
Hey gang, how are you doing? Can I get another hula? Awesome. Hey listen, the Army does a lot of things. We fight and win our nation's wars, we train, we take care of families, and every once in a while, we partner with our Hollywood teammates to make great movies and have world premieres right here at Fort Huachuca. So it's my job to introduce our Undersecretary of the Army, the Honorable Patrick Murphy. He is many things. First and foremost, he is a soldier for life. He's a paratrooper, served in the 82nd. He was a member of our Judge Advocate General Corps as an Army lawyer, served in combat in Iraq, and he's done a lot of things since then, to include sitting U.S. Congressman and now our Undersecretary. The most important thing there, a soldier for life. Sir, please.
Thanks, Scott. Hey, it's great to be back here. Great to be here at Fort Huachuca. General, thank you so much for your leadership and what you do every day for our soldiers and their families. You're an awesome leader, and we're lucky to have you on our team. To all of you, today is a great day to have a world premiere here at Fort Huachuca. We could have been at any Army base in the world, but we're here. And we're here for a reason, because the film that you're about to see, Independence Day Resurgence, is something that highlights our Army story, that highlights how our Army is America's varsity team. That we are folks, that we are high tech, that we are in STEM, that we have UAVs right now here for Huachuca, that we are in cyber, we're in signal intelligence. We are getting after it. And it's you and your families that we're so proud of. And that's why we decided to be here. And that's why our Army decided to partner when we were asked by 20th Century Fox, who made this movie, when they said, can you partner with us on this? Because we're very proud of telling this story. We're very proud that 20 years later, the troops that are depicted in this film are answering the call to save this earth. And I'm about to introduce the actors and the next moderator, but I want to make sure that you knew how proud we are as an Army of every single one of you, how proud we are of your families. I know we have a screening tonight at 8 o'clock for families. But I will tell you, when you take that oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you give that solemn oath that you wear when you wear the cloth of our country, you don't know where you're going to be sent, but you know that you have to win, that you have to answer our nation's call, that you have to be ready to fight tonight. Sometimes it's hard for us to realize what's going on in real time in the scope of history, but right now, we are in the longest wars in American history. This September will be 15 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. And our nation of 330 million Americans have asked less than 1% of us to serve in war and to currently serve in our Army. So that's why it's so critically important that all of us go out there and tell the Army story. And the Army story is about our people. The Army story is about you and your families. And part of that, of telling the Army story, is to make sure that we get out there and let the next generation of folks who will come into our ranks, let them know the great things that we're doing. Because let's face it, whether it's President Obama, the President of the United States, or a governor in a state, when they call 911, they're calling the Army, America's varsity. And when the President, last year, when there was thousands of people being killed by the Ebola virus in Africa, who did he call? He called on us, 101st Airborne Division. When you have natural disasters in states, those governors call the Army National Guard. We have 1 million soldiers in our Army, on active duty, reserves, and National Guard. We are one team in one fight. But when you watch this movie, when you go back and tell your friends, your family. Make sure you let them know what this movie's about. And at the core, because I saw it last night and it's awesome, at its core, it's about how we come together in a selfless way to put our lives on the line to save others. And that's what every single one of you do. And we're so appreciative. So now let me introduce some of the great actors and moderator. Judd Hirsch is a great American. You know him from Taxi. You will see him from the first Independence Day, but also this one. I saw Independence Day, the first movie, when I was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, back in 1996. So to be here at Fort Huachuca, I don't know, I have to travel more to the military because I see new movies. This is great. But Judd is a great American. He is, and we just pinned him with the Soldier for Life pin because he's a former Army soldier. He was within our ranks. So Judd, would you mind coming up here? And then we have Jesse Usher. Nancy J is going to model. Nancy is from 80s and is doing a great job. We have mics for all of you. But we want to make sure that we had this special event here for every single one of you, and then later on for your families. So I'll let you all take it away. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We second everything he said. Absolutely.
And we are celebrating Independence Day early. And thank you all for what you do. I am on Exchange Television. If you ever see me interview these stars, hopefully you don't, because that means you're working. So that's good. It's okay that you don't know who I am. So let's just kick things off. You had a tour today of Fort Huachuca. So Jesse, what really stood out? You've seen the drones. You've seen some...
That flight simulator was what stood out to me. It was amazing. I think I was pretty good too. I mean, I don't want to brag, but my laser was pretty spot on. I'm just saying.
Judd?
He's a natural killer. I know, yeah, they even showed you the people in the tank, didn't they?
I don't think I zoomed in quite that.
There were people in the tank.
Oh, no, okay. Well, we got them.
We got it. Yeah, what a place you guys got. I never knew that this place existed, that we were able to go.
I think we would have known if it wasn't for this place.
It's general ignorance, right? Because, I don't live here and never even flew over it. But the fact that you have this particular technology here, I will keep it secret. I swear to you, I will keep it secret.
I can't promise the same thing. Mine's already on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the point was to, we want to spread the word a little bit, get some, make some couple of you guys a little bit more famous, yeah?
So Judd, you were in the Army.
Yeah.
So how do you feel being...
They have to be more proud of themselves than I was.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I was a private E1 for a long time. When they offered me a stripe, I just said, "What is that?" They said, "You put it on your arm." I said, No, I don't. Thank you. I like it the way I am. We were a bunch of college guys back in the, I'll tell you, it's really ancient. Because when I saw this place, I said, it's impossible that this must be the Army because, we were in shacks. We were in everything looked like a diner. Everything looked metal. Everything looked, even our beds. I don't know if you have better beds, but we had awful beds. And we found fake ways of shining our shoes. But I do remember there was we went to lectures, we had our steel pots on our head, and a lot of the guys, fell asleep. So the captain say, "I'm going to say attention, and all of you people who are awake, remain in your seats." So they who rose were all asleep, yes. Okay, so that's my great experience in the Army. But I'm saying, I think you guys must, at this particular camp, must be extremely proud of the fact of what you're doing, because you're doing something so beyond what's expected of just soldiers, you know what I mean? The technology is amazing. I feel safe.
I feel safer just looking at your guys' technology than what we had in the film, honestly.
Yeah, you're going to see some stuff in this film that you'll probably wonder, how it got there. It didn't just get there, right?
Right.
It had to take one movie before this one to get there. So this is like if you want to jump time, it's 20 years later, but and real time. It's 20 years later in real time, so it's actually 2016 in the movie, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And we have a woman president in this movie.
And we have a woman president.
Ooh.
Who would have thought?
Right.
And we have
Paula must have been on to something.
and we have children who weren't even born at the time the first movie.
Oh, I was 4. Come on.
Oh, okay.
There's some guys out here that are younger than me. Some guys and girls are like, hey.
And there were guys like me who just never seemed to get older. That's why I could be in the movie, right? Then you have to take a test before you do ID2. Can you walk? We didn't even have to do that. We didn't even have to walk. I did know. I had to get in and out of cars and stuff like that. Should we tell them what really happens? I mean, the real stuff we did? Okay, because
When we were during the filming process?
yeah, let's say, were you there at the desert?
The salt flats?
Yeah.
I was not at the salt flats.
Oh.
Now, you had a big time at the salt flats.
Yeah. I mean, the things that are real, the spaces that you'll see, the things that were put in, all the objects that you'll see. Now, we're real. And we
Sometimes.
we really did some of the stuff. We really had to do some of the stuff. But he had to be in a real, what do you call that thing? That spaceship, right?
That jet, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
it doesn't have like an actual...
And they built a model, the real model of a real space jet, and put it on the set. And they built a model of the very futuristic tug.
The moon tug.
Right. Which
That was incredible.
cost a lot of money.
More money than what
One of the
we
reasons
like
this film cost so much money.
Is this a spoiler? You're not spoiling it.
No, we're not spoiling it. But so you
They don't know what we're talking about yet.
The entire moon base was built as well. Like all that is very practical. Like everything in the moon base worked the way that you're going to see it on film. We only shot in there for 1 day.
Yeah.
So when you see it, you're gonna be like, there's no way they did all that for 1 day. But we did. But that's what happened.
That's the difficulty of making movies like this. I mean,
Right.
If you're going to go all the way, you better, make it, build it. If you build it, we will shoot it.
Okay, so Jesse, you're a pilot.
I am.
Now, what have you learned about the military, about the Army, that is a little more than you knew before? Something that changed your perception?
I'm kind of upset that we're supposed to be so futuristically, and like technologically advanced, but they're flying planes from here, and like me and my guys still had to like go get in the plane. I'm watching my friends get blown up to my left and my right, and like they're doing it from a computer. I'm like, wait a minute, Roland, hold on, let's go back. Why didn't we do this? This is way cooler than what we had. But I guess for the spectacle of the film, we kind of had to do that.
How many people understood what he said?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, they knew what I was talking about.
Just me. The things that these guys did in flying the plane, I can't explain that, but it's just like when you sit in one of these things, right? It's not just that they drove a plane around you. They're sitting in something.
Oh no, you're sitting in a...
And you have the operational thing. So when you saw the stuff here, he was amazed because,
Right.
you have
So
electronic stuff.
very different.
What about your training, Jesse? You had to train. I mean, you guys know about training. Which can he drop and do how many?
What was that? I mean, we can do a push-up contest right now. I know for sure they'll probably take me.
Did he take her?
Do I get to choose who I
Would you do it? Can you do it?
I can do it.
Let's do it. Who wants to take it?
I can definitely
Come
do
on,
it.
right here.
Test the Army strength. Oh, you guys seem scared. Here we go. 3. We got 4.
Okay, who's okay? You ready? You gotta go. Come on. Get going. Here we go.
Let's do it. Ready?
Army standing, who? Army standing.
I don't know the Army standing. What is that? All right. Let's go. Go.
1, 2, 0, 8, 0, 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Come on, keep going. Let's go. Come on, keep going, keep going.
Medic.
I'm good for the rest of the year.
Good job. Good job.
I quit early. No, I just wanted to see them.
Knowing when to quit is like the key.
This is interesting because what happens is when you have a partnership with the Army, you have to do what the Army does, right?
Oh, absolutely.
This is a very unusual thing for a movie to be a partnership, a literal partnership with the Army.
Oh yeah, we had a few Army guys who were on set with us who were very specific about, a few. I mean, granted, Roland had his own input, but
Roland is the director.
Roland Emmerich, and he had a little bit of his own input, but for the most part, he would kind of come in, give his direction, set the scene up, and then those guys would come in right behind him and say, okay, now this is how this is really going to happen. It's like, if you're in the Army, you don't walk like that, you don't stand like that, this is how you salute, you know what I mean? We had all those things. So hopefully, what comes across on screen will make you guys proud.
So, John, 20 years later.
I just drove a car.
Oh, see, no. You're the father of Jeff Goldblum in this.
Yeah, can you believe that?
That doesn't.
I mean, he's 64 years old. Now.
So, thinking about this relationship that this movie has with the Army, is this going to give us a new respect? I mean, a more respect, even a better respect for the Army. A little bit about what we're going to see on the screen here.
Yeah, of course. You mean what Jeff does? No, what Jeff does.
Not Jeff.
No. Jeff goes like this. And then
He's great at that. He's great at that.
Yeah. I remember he said something at some a conference we had. He said, but in a nutshell, and I said, Jeff, there isn't a nutshell large enough for you. No, he's a wonderful, wonderful actor. And if you saw him in the first one, you'll know why I say that. Because he's also grown to be slightly more than he was. You understand? We all you weren't there, but I'm telling you, we were exactly what we were then.
Aren't we all?
The next one takes 20 years. I'm going to look like this.
I like that. I think that's
I believe that.
a really good idea. I think that's a really good idea.
Something about doing this movie keeps you young. I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what. Does anyone have a question? We might have a little time for maybe a question or two. No? No time for questions?
Okay.
Okay then. Maybe afterwards we'll get some questions. But anyway, I'll tell you what. So, what are we going to do yet for the next 2 hours? How are we going to sell it? What does Resurgence mean? How about that? What is Resurgence?
Honestly, I don't even know what Resurgence means.
It's coming back or something.
Yeah, that's like the return.
To resurge.
To resurge.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know, here's one thing I want to say is I do interviews with actors actors all over the world, Jesse, Judd, and you know what? To a woman and a man, everyone always says, oh my gosh, thank them for what they do. That we all couldn't do what we do if it weren't for you.
Absolutely.
And that's what the Army is all about. And I mean, I love that, to be able to represent you when I talk to these famous people, right? So thank you for
That's
us.
why we came here to show our appreciation.
Absolutely.
This is incredible for us.
Okay, any last words you want to say to the Army before this movie starts?
Can I see something cool? Like, I don't know what, somebody call out like a command or something? I want to see something like, I want to put it on my Snapchat, see something cool. Can we do that? Like a command, maybe like everybody, I don't know. Get off the stage! Is that not well?
So maybe on the count of 3, everybody says hua. Is that okay?
Let's do it. Wait. You gotta wait. We gotta put this out. Like, oh no, I can shoot it from the side. If I do it from this way, then oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
1, 2, 3.
That's what I'm talking about, Army!
Okay, so thank you, Army Air Force Exchange Service. Thank you, Real Time
Thank you for
Theater,
having us, guys.
20th Century Fox, the U.S. Army. Thank you, Jesse T. Escher, Judd Hirsch. I'm Nancy J. Thank you.
To whatever way that we can enhance the name, the face, and the voice of the Army, those are the platforms that we're going to use. And we figure that Fort Huachuca, judging the history that is here, was quite an opportunity and quite the place to use. So hopefully we'll get the opportunity to continue to broaden our horizons and welcome some of the elite and best citizens to become future soldiers in our Army.
I will tell you, Judd Hirsch, who is the actor who, as I mentioned, was on Taxi and one of the actors of this movie, he is a former Army soldier, and that's one of the reasons why he's here. Because whether you serve for 3 years or 30 years, every single one of us is a soldier for life. And what this movie does is a partnership, where we're promoting some of our STEM technologies that you see in this film, and our social media hits have doubled as far as Army-wide. We've had over 23 million hits on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat. So make sure you go and check out our Facebook page at U.S. Army. Mine's at USA Murphy, or my Twitter handle, which is at USA Murphy as well. But we're getting after it. We're having so much fun. And remember, I'm always proud to be a soldier for life.
Oh my God. A distress call.
Why are they screaming?
They're not screaming. They're celebrating. They're coming back. It has its own gravity.
I guarantee the movie is going to be awesome, looking at the trailer. And I'm going to have fun.
What goes up must come down. Shouldn't we be nervous? Yeah.
Our whole lives built up to this moment.
It's touchdown over the Atlantic.
Which part?
All of it.
It's going to be exciting. I'm going to see it, I guess, at 8 o'clock tonight with my son.
Your father was the bravest man I've ever seen.
We all lost someone we love.
I'm actually excited. It's a free movie, a movie that's not premiering yet, and it's a great opportunity for our soldiers to see Independence too. I know when I was a kid, Part 1 came out, so I'm really excited for Part 2.
That's worth fighting for.
It's the 4th of July, so let's show them some fireworks.
Hold on!
They'd like to get the landmarks.